there is the Sunday event. So in the Sunday event, you have loot balloons. And there is something new, something really interesting. Because now you can see that you can get 100 Eternity Adamants each Sunday, 100 Void Mithrils, and 100, what is it, 200 times and 2000 Scarlet Gold Ores. And the problem is that if you purchase all of these, it's gonna become a scarcity problem. You won't be able to do basically anything else. Let's see what we need to complete. I'll complete all the missions quickly, and let's see how many loot balloons we have and what we need to do for it. Oh, by the way, you complete all the missions via the steward. Amazing, some more demons. So steward, daily pack. Here, Trial of Angels, super important, balance sweep. I had another video on this. If you don't do balance sweep, you're screwing yourself over. Because you will get a lot of attacker potions but nothing else. And then you'll need to balance sweep for months until you can do enough. Okay, I'm completing everything. Unfortunately, the only thing I cannot complete is Duel of Champions. I'm not doing Battle of Unions right now because it's not needed for the loot balloon event, only Duel of Champions. You need to do it 5 times, so this is basically a pay to win event. You need to be at least VIP 2 to complete that. That's a bit unfortunate, but hey, what can we do? There are no Awakenings missions whatsoever. I need to do this 5 times at least. I will do it 6 times. So, by the way, Duel of Champions. We need this for the balloons. What is this fake countdown? Why do we need to see this fake countdown? Why do we need to see that other opponent selection? Why isn't it quicker? There is no network matching or anything whatsoever. This one. So why? This time it's super quick, but oftentimes I need to see this for about 10 seconds, and it's so sad. This is the reason why in Era of Chaos I'm actually running Raid Shadow Legends farming in the background, and that's why I can play Raid Shadow Legends, by the way. And I'm also running Etheria Restart in the background with some background battles when I do the administration. When I'm at home basically, and I basically watch some tutorial video in the meantime elsewhere. So this is multitasking for the computer, but not for me. And it's just a couple of clicks. It's not game playing, it's just waiting for something to happen. So that's the sad part of Era of Chaos and Raid Shadow Legends and Etheria, that you can essentially multi-table like 3 games all at once, and it's not even mentally challenging. So you could speed this up so well. By the way, these diamonds are worth it to get up to 3,500 at least, if not more. So not always, so not every single day. It's also a competition thing, because if the others are playing, then you need to play. But on Sundays, especially on Sundays, you do all 6. It's better if you have at least VIP 3, which is like $10 of purchase. I mean, this game is maybe worth $10, I guess, if some people pay thousands for the same game. So, although it's a subscription service type of thing, because if you get 5 Duel of Champions, then getting the 6th one, you get Artifact Essence. That's the big reward. That reward could be actually bigger. I'm looking forward to some upgrade in terms of rewards. More rewards would be desirable here as well, and in many places. They started upgrading rewards, by the way, in Glory Arena, I think. We'll have to check this quite soon. I just fight my final battles while the red emblems are activated. And one more. That's the final one. Okay, we're gonna get the rewards in a moment. This is by far the longest part of that mission. Let's see the ranking. Yeah, Megalodon can do 6, and even then he won't be able to get to first place. So this 30 artifact essence is essentially worth 150 diamonds, and you're spending 60 for those cornucopia artifact pieces. So Battle of Unions, that's what I told you, that ranking. There are some rewards. See, these are the current points. And the rewards, right now you only get these, but sooner or later there are gonna be diamonds added in here, so this is an important thing. Now, let's get back to the balloons. By the way, the balloons pop at the end of the day, so you cannot hoard balloons for future weeks, you just do it now. Okay, Tarot is easy. So Divination Shop. Yeah, this is a new account, I don't have any cards. And even then I'm like way ahead. And by the way, when you're here, you see that we're earning points left and right. Don't forget to activate some of the album points, because that helps a bit. Maybe once a month. You see how negligent I was with points. Well, I only do this during events, that's why. And basically you see how to play in a negligent way and still be way ahead of the competition. This is the strange thing about it. At least once a week, instead of spending the 10 gold keys, first check this out. Fine. And then go and get the 10 keys. It's actually 11 keys, not 10, because you have a free one. And while you're here, like doing like 100, 200 or 300 gold keys helps. This week we're looking for Rampart units. Because while you're completing the balloons, so these, you're also working towards goals in here, and you see I got 20 Rampart. This is why I was doing this, to get these things and earn more Astro Silver or Treasure Hunt permits or Divination vouchers. Let's get back to the balloons. And Battles card, that's easy. Just for... Okay, done. Artifacts. Now, this is an artifact week, so essentially I will pull a lot more than this. But for now, this is just for the event. Campaign, that's gonna be easy. Reset. The bad thing about campaign, below level 90. So this account is a level 89 account. Below level 90, the problem is that you have to do 3 fights. And it's just a time investment. For some of you, you won't be able to complete all missions because opponents are too strong. And these fights are easy, but it takes time until the battles are done. At level 90, you get a sweep option where you don't need to fight any battles anymore. Looking forward to it, but unfortunately you get daily Stadwick defense 3 minutes long every single day for 50 days. And then you'll get daily Stadwick or weekly Stadwick defense basically once a week. It seems like that this hero is quite popular. So we're gonna get the loot balloons, and then I'm gonna talk about the currencies. First we need to see how many loot balloons to get. So I know it's easy to play with an account that is like miles ahead of the competition, so I make it a bit too easy, but I worked a lot for it. Evidently. And then we have the final one. And by the way, in the other game, life is not easier either, because all you do is just grind the event dungeon. Basically, which is like, you either set it on auto battle or not, or regular battle, so there is really not much to it. So the way to break the monotony of grindy games is administrate multiple games and do some upskilling, for example, for your profession, which I do from time to time. And this is interesting because just clicking a few times, it's not even diverting the attention. So essentially we got 380 balloons, and with top up of up to $5 you can get obviously 120. So essentially it's a 500 balloon, but 380 is for free. And I don't recommend topping up just because of these rewards, evidently. So let's see the non-negotiables because they are dirt cheap. The non-negotiables are Astro Silver, the Treasure Hunt Permit, and the Divination Voucher. This here looks overpriced to me. One Dreamcatcher has a value of somewhere around half a Treasure Hunt Permit, half to 60%. I'm not marking this as a non-negotiable, although this thing here can generate you diamonds. I show you how. Memory album. Let's complete the memory album missions. It's somewhere here. It's 5 days or 6 days a week active. You see, today it's active. And if you get a memory album 10 pull, Vestige Hunt 10 times. I know that it's not the highest return, but this is what generates you diamonds. Quick upgrade doesn't matter. Let's see the mission. Album. So the 5 times thing, it's weekly 100 diamonds. It's not why you did it. You'll eventually reach this anyway. It's this 200 diamonds every single day. You're gonna get this every day in exchange for 10 Dreamcatchers. So essentially you get an extra 200 diamonds if you know how to use this. This sweetens the deal a bit, although I don't really know if it's worth it. Right now I'm not marking it as mandatory. Universal tokens have been added. This is a new addition as well. In exchange for 20 balloons, Scarlet Goldor is like added, and this row basically. So I'm not marking gold keys as mandatory anymore, especially if you have more than 10. You need to have 10. And there are other sources of getting gold keys. Now this is interesting because now that you need those precious balloons, maybe you'll get gold keys from other sources. Sand keys, no. It just gives you commanders. We don't need that many commanders. Prayer stones, no. SSR, if you have the SSRs that you want, in early game, I don't recommend this anymore. Or no, in late game, I don't recommend this anymore. Or mid game, even mid game. How do I define early, mid, and late game? This is an early game account. Mid game is around when you get to, I would say, when leveling up, and so leveling up to level 90, 91, 95, 100 or whatever doesn't unlock any more features. So essentially you could say that even level 110 could be early game. So you play early game for up to half a year or 1 year, even 1 year. Early game is when you level up, you get a power creep, you get a big power creep. Or you unlock a feature, you get a big power creep. Then mid game can still cause you some power creeps, for example in Illusory Traces. But it's not a new unlocked feature. Okay, so that's why it's mid game. And mid game can last for a really long time. I would say that mid game lasts until you max out all your units. All your units of your primary team. That's still mid game. So in this case, these two don't count as a unit. So essentially I have 6 units and only one of them is maxed out. No, not this one. This one is maxed out for me. So I'm really far. Mid game ends once all your, so you have 1 hero and 8 units maxed out. Let's not count on the backup formation. It doesn't matter that much. So this is essentially mid game. And what is late game? Late game is when you have, first of all, you take care of your second, third teams. You can do this already in mid game, by the way. But the power of substitution overrides the power of your primary 8 units. Because remember, Era of Chaos is a linear game in a sense that you tend to develop the same units for a really long time, and that's why you need these units. So we have these things here, and let's see what else is mandatory to purchase. I mean, if you don't have enough star souls, for example, for champion awakenings, now I do, then maybe this. By the way, star souls, don't convert them to star crystals, because then you don't see how many you have left. So that's why I'm not converting them, only if I'm about to use them. These are not needed, these are not needed. Artifact essence at this stage, we cannot purchase Divine Gear Hero Armor at the moment, at the time of recording. Hopefully sooner or later we will. And now comes the interesting things. Casting Crystal. This is overpriced, but really scarce. If you don't get enough casting crystals, you won't be able to rank up your artifact. And this is why adding these items in here makes me rethink my artifact situation. Because then I'll need to save on casting crystals, and I will stop ranking up. Well, the Wizard of Earth, shall I stop it ranked up or not? That's a good question. But I will focus on my golden artifacts, not even the purple that much anymore. But I focus on the golden ones to rank up. By the way, I'm not activating Cornucopia, not because I don't want to, but because in the web shop as well, I know I don't want to get here in the marketplace, in the artifact shop, to see. Do I have it or do I not have it? Own 0? Okay, then I can purchase it, no problem. That's why I'm doing this. So this is difficult, because essentially you need casting crystals, but you need those resources as well. So casting crystal I would not mark as absolutely mandatory, but it's very close to it. Unfortunately, it's overpriced. Tactics manual, you get some. Fortunately, you will only need tactics manuals around like level 90, 85 to 90, when you get your first few 4 stars in from the shop. The bad news is that once again we got screwed with scarcity. So once you buy higher value units, some other units become more scarce. In the Duel of Champions stores, for example, I'm not getting these heroes. I used to get these 4-star like really quickly. But this time I'm not doing this, although Rashka would not be a bad idea, because unfortunately meteorites are quite scarce. And we need meteorites for the meteorite event. This is super important, so even if it's overpriced and we're not getting this and this unit's 4-star, that's why my heroes are not 4-star in this playthrough, because I'm getting meteorites in as many ways possible. So for this reason, your heroes are not 4-star, which in turn devalues the value of tactics manuals, because you won't be able to use the set tactics manuals to tap into adjutant power. This is all because of meteorites, because just some global hero attack, hero defense won't cut it if you get like red emblem meteorites. So this is why. That's tough. And that's why these 4 heroes are not being exercised. Arena store is super bad. I would love to see some other things in here. Now, campaign store. The campaign store essentially devalues quiet pearls, because this is essentially a quiet pearl. So you don't need quiet pearls, you just need the other pearls, the glittering pearls, from time to time when you have those units, but those come later. Artifacts. We talked about it. And Guild Adventure. This is where I upgraded Mephala. I normally just collect these roster chests and the spell scrolls, but I basically got more than enough Mephala tokens until Mephala was my first 4-star, and now I'm going for Yogg. This is one place where you can slowly but surely upgrade hero tokens one at a time. This time not Catherine, and then you will have 6 heroes 4-starred eventually. So far I have 1. I could have gotten 2 if I had been like more persistent. Yogg is just 1-star at the moment. He's gonna be 4-starred soon, and then I may 4-star Mulich or Shiva, we will see, just for adjutant power. But you need global hero attack, hero defense, and that's where you use the tactics manuals. You will also use the tactics manuals once you go and put Drakon into an adjutant situation. How does this happen? Once we get Khalid from the game. So Khalid is gonna replace Drakon because Khalid is generation 3.5, Drakon generation 3. Quite clear. And then you will need more tactics manuals. Why am I saying this? It's because in the balloon event, both of these can become a situationally mandatory event. So mandatory to purchase both casting crystals as well as tactics manuals. I will get rid of these chests. Cast stones, I would love to purchase them, but I cannot at this stage. I cannot purchase everything. You see? So after this selection for the absolutely essential mandatory elements, which are these three, you have 290 left. 290 of this currency. And then you need to take a decision. You need to take a decision of what do you want to purchase. Scarlet Ore, it's a level 89, basically, level 89 account. You don't even know what Scarlet Ore is used for, most likely. It is the currency to upgrade red units. It's gonna become really, really scarce. On all my accounts that are like level 110 plus, I have a scarcity of Scarlet Gold Ore. So this is why this Scarlet Ore is an amazing purchase, an amazing investment. Look at what you're getting. Essentially, well, if you have diamonds, you have you saw the scarcity issue, obviously. Essentially, you get 400 diamonds worth of stuff in exchange for 5 balloons. This is a super good thing, and there are no other ways to get Scarlet Gold Ore. So I would mark this as essential until your main team has no Scarlet Gold Ore upgrade problems, and only above level 110. Okay, so when you have red +3, I'm not even sure about red +4, but red +3 for sure. So you have 3 red levels, because not all red levels get unlocked initially. So this is Scarlet Gold Ore. I will mark this as essential. Universal Hero Tokens, you know the drill. I have 300, I'm waiting for Khalid. There are always use cases for hero tokens, but the problem is that for 1 hero token, so here for 5 you get 400 diamonds. This is like 133 diamonds. So it's better value in general, but hero tokens are not scarce enough, so if you badly need to like quickly get more hero tokens, then you buy it, otherwise you don't. And this leaves us with Eternity Adamant and Void Mithril. Now Adamant is the one that you need to focus on mainly, but it's getting really expensive. I have 300 something, I always leave 200 around for the event of Vidomina. So in this case, you need to see your use cases for Eternity Adamant. For example, in the main formation, you need to check out what kind of weapons you can unlock. For example, here I'm upgrading it to level 89, this is for free. Rank up. You see that the weapon needs to be 6 stars, so this means that you can make good use of this. Also, rank up, this is the Divine Herald currency. It's unfortunately the only way to purchase it is either real money or 600 diamonds per 10 piece. So it's somewhat scarce, unfortunately. Now, this one doesn't even have a weapon. This one has a weapon. I neglected the leveling up. But for the ranking up, you see that I'm yet to awaken the weapon of this unit. Tough luck. These two don't have weapons. This one doesn't have a weapon. This one doesn't have a weapon. But this one has a banner. And the reason why Inferno Fortress is good to play is that one of its commanders is a charging unit. And in the backup formation, you need charging units. So this means that you will make good use of the banner sooner or later. And you see that level up is fine, but the rank up, it has not even been started. You need 50 Eternity Adamants for the rank up. So you see you can make very good use of these. Regarding the regular, the purple Void Mithril, it's called Void Mithril. So regarding Void Mithril, it's a SSR weapon awakening. Now, I don't need Void Mithril at the moment beyond the 200 stock that I need for Vidomina. Okay? I don't need it right now. I will need it for Star Soul level 6 awakening, because Star Soul level 6 usually gives you a condition that your weapon is high enough. Okay, this is the condition for SSR units. And the reason why you want to still focus on SSR unit weapon awakenings is that those SSR units can be enclosed in Miracle Pursuit of Commanders as well as Champions once it's active. Now this one doesn't have an active Miracle Pursuit yet. This one doesn't have either. So in this case, my account, I either unlock more champion units, which is not a priority for me, or I don't need Void Mithril right now, because even in a matter of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, I won't need those stock to upgrade SSRs. And in this playthrough, I'm not focusing on SSRs that much, and I don't need those SSRs to be 6-starred either. And especially, so basically Void Mithril, the game screwed itself, because Void Mithril has a condition that you need 6-star units basically for Star Soul Awakening, like weapon and so on, SSRs. But you're not buying these SSR tokens anymore because these are not essential. You rather go and spend your currency in the barracks, which I've been neglecting as well because I have 6,000. I could get 60 units for example, Devil, which is not a bad purchase, by the way, so I'm doing this purchase from time to time. Also these, so I'm strengthening the Inferno units even if I have like maxed them out, because you can still use these tokens for multiple, not this one, but those tokens for multiple purposes. And from time to time, this is free, because you accumulate this just by playing the game, right? So these free things, you purchase them from time to time, even these ones. Why? Because you'll need this for the talent. Everything is connected to everything. So if you have some units already, then 6-starring them depends on this currency. Shark Trainer as well. You need to focus on Kov and Death for the alternate awakened forms. So essentially I'll make sure to get Kov units as well. One at a time would be more desirable than all of them at once. And basically that's it. Now, we have then with all these, I would not purchase Void Mithril, but I'll spend all my balloons on Eternity Adamant. And look at this, I have 40 left. I badly need Eternity Adamants for my champions. And I just have 40 left, and what do? Do I purchase 2 Universal Hero tokens? Well, not really, because I have what I need right now for the new hero, and it won't make a difference because I get many Universal Hero tokens. So at the moment I'm not in bad need for hero tokens. What do I need badly? And here I think you know the answer already. I need casting crystals the most badly, by far. If not tactics manuals. Well, tactics manuals I only have 50, unfortunately. But in early game, when you still climb this thing here, Sacred Statue, you get a healthy supply of tactics manuals for free. Although it's not fast enough, and although I've still compromised some of my heroes, tactics manuals are not bad. Why did I compromise some of my heroes? I told you that I 4-starred Mephala. This one. A 4-starter, but the adjutant skills are lying on level 20, so I'm giving up on Universal Hero attack. And regarding my main hero, Drakon, the adjutant, oh, actually it's maxed out, fine. In that case I can go all in on Mephala and level 30 Mephala. But then unfortunately, if you check, I only have 17k of this. So the real bottleneck is spell scrolls. It's not the tactics manuals. Because then it costs me more than 10,000 to reach level 30, and if I get Khalid, I will need those spell scrolls for Khalid. Everything is connected to everything. So this means that actually tactics manuals are not the real bottleneck, but casting crystals are the real bottleneck now. Because you will have a hard time getting casting crystals. Because this was my main source for casting crystals. I may need to consider participating on the auction again, just like in the good old times, to get some casting crystals at discounted price. But scarcity wise, it's super important. So I'm purchasing the casting crystals, it's more important than Void Mithril, and then I have 4 more to spend, and I may spend them on Glittering Pearls if I don't have enough. I may spend them on gold keys just so that I don't have to restock, you know, because getting 20 gold keys may be really expensive at the expense of casting crystals. So essentially purchasing 4 gold or 2 gold keys ensures that I can delay the 10 gold key purchase from here, which ensures that in a few weeks I'll be able to buy more casting crystals. It's that difficult because I cannot afford to lower any of these. One day I'll be able to afford to lower the Scarlet Gold Ore purchases. And the big trap is purchasing Void Mithril if you don't need it. But if you need that as well, you need to prioritize. So it's so much different. We're not gonna get that many Commander tokens, we're not gonna get that many SSR tokens anymore with this currency, and unfortunately, you see most of these things stay empty. Spell scrolls are not worth it, just 3 spell scrolls for 1 balloon. You can get 1,000 spell scrolls, approximately 1,200, 1,140 to be exact, for 300. It's just not worth it. This is the unfortunate reality. The game has changed so much that you need to reshift your priorities. And by the way, if you think about the price of these items, it's all over the place. I'm not selecting this based on value, but I'm selecting this based on what I need. So utility. Mainly utility. And sometimes the value is really, really off. Even in this event, here in this Ranger mission, you see that we're getting some of these things activated. Well, getting gold is easy. It's just a few clicks. I wish it were like less clicks. Unit talent is super easy. You select some random unit. I don't even know which ones. Talent, do I have some option to? Yes, I do. You don't even need to keep the upgrade. Good. And then hero masteries. This is something you do anyway. Let's see my masteries. I'm still... which one should I keep? So Earth Magic cooldown is fine. Damage caster units, very good. This is not bad, but it's like a fixed 300. I don't want it that much. What is this? Attack speed offensive, better than the fixed range because I have more offensive units, but I won't keep this. I cannot keep this because I don't have level 9 or level whatever that activates this. This is the 4th one. Magic resistance, I don't need this. Air magic, I don't need this one either. And you see, these refreshes take a while. I sometimes even refresh a bit more. Fire magic cooldown is not bad because in the spells you see that we have 2 fire. And you have healing, and some of the units actually heal. So attack speed offensive units or this? I will change this. It's not the final one anyway. So for 1 week I'll experiment with this one. And you get these things, and here you prioritize as well. One of the best deals is divination vouchers. Treasure hunt permits are a bit worse deal because it's more expensive. Although treasure hunt is worth a bit more, but not 33% more. That's why. You don't need star souls, and by the way, we're not purchasing star souls anymore. Our main star soul source has just been eliminated from the game because there are more important things to purchase in the Sunday Loop Balloon event. This will have some consequences. So at some point you need to alternate star soul purchases with Eternity Adamant purchases, and this compromises things. So this essentially inflates things a bit because the balloon event indirectly makes star soul stones more expensive, in a sense that you won't get it for free anymore, so you need to find other sources to get star souls. And this weekly event, it's only 25, and you will be able to purchase them, but maybe it's gonna be star souls that you will buy, who knows. These are not needed. You can consider 4-starring the hero, but this time I couldn't care less about this specific hero. It has some use cases, but not many. forget the artifacts, these things and SSR souls, these are bad. Usually I get the Astro Silver because of the scarcity of the Astro Silver. Astro Silver is widely available, but you need a lot of them, 420 of them monthly, basically. But not every single month, because sometimes it's a bad artifact set that you pull for. So this is why I oftentimes get artifacts. This week I won't. But the idea is that you have this event and you want to go all in whenever you have a... Well, the box itself is good because it now contains Divine Gear and Hero Armor, right? So you may want to go all in. But you go all in whenever you have good artifacts. And today we have the best artifact that we can get, this new mask. So evidently I'm going for it. And on other accounts I did like all 420. On this account I don't have the financial means to get 400 in total. I have 220 right now and I cannot buy another 200. So this means I just go for 140 and it compromises my account a bit because last time I used the artifact event for worse artifacts and worse chests. But I don't regret it because I need to level up Cornucopia anyway from the chest. But you see the game has changed again here as well with the new artifact and the artifact event. You need more Astro Silver, and because you need more Astro Silver in this specific event, bad click, this is the good click, in this specific event, Astrologer, you go further, and in this event, this time Ranger mission, next week whichever other team, you will want to target artifacts more. So here, target artifacts more. And this whole thing is a consequence of the Luftballon event having more units or more things to buy. You may disagree with my choices because your situation may be different than mine. This is a perspective of a relatively new account with level 89. This is what I need right now. You may need completely different things. I think you still need casting crystals quite badly. No matter where you are. Maybe after 4 years, maybe not. I think that you will still have some use cases for Eternity Adamant, worst case for your second team, for your third team. The top row is good for everyone, including Dreamcatchers. I'm just not prioritizing Dreamcatchers. Void Mithrils maybe not at this stage. Write it in the comments if you have any opinion on this event, about what you would get, what you would not get. And this is another sign for deflation in Hero of Chaos, because we're getting very scarce and very highly priced things for free again. So this effectively devalues every past purchase and everything that you've spent on in the past. This is the reason, by the way, why I'm playing an Ethereal Restart and I'm hoarding a lot of my Hydra Crystals, because one thing that is gonna get an increased value in the future is Hydra Crystals, right? Because the game is so new, it's just 5-6 weeks old, and I'm setting myself up for the future simply because I don't have time to take care of the present and optimize all my teams and everything else. So I'm basically future-proofing my account, making sure that I'm still earning all the resources from everywhere. So that's an interesting take. So what I wanted to say with this, in the context of Hero of Chaos, is just hoarding your diamonds, even if you have hundreds of thousands of diamonds, is not the worst thing in the world if you can afford it with like a 3-4 years old account. So if you have, let's say, 200,000-300,000 diamonds in the stash, once something new comes, the game shifts, those diamonds are gonna purchase more valuable things in the future than today. So this is how basically you earn a dividend on your diamonds. Basically it's the equivalent of purchasing, for example, gold that will be more valuable in the future in dollar terms, for example. It's not because gold becomes more valuable, it's because the dollar becomes less valuable. Everything you buy in the game is basically like dollars, they lose value. They lose purchasing value. Why? Because this is how the economy, the real economy, is set up as well, because we need we need money to lose value so that people still work for it. Otherwise, people could just get their money and hoard it forever, and money would not be able to create wealth through the work of people, right? Here, you need to purchase weapons, units, tokens, whatever else, to compete in the game. And if you don't do it, then you cannot play the game, right? This is why it's incentivized. But we devalue all these things in the game so that we incentivize you to purchase stuff even in the future. This is why the economy is working like this. That's why hoarding diamonds is not the worst thing in the world. This is why I'm rejecting some of the rewards, and this is the reason why actually, if you can afford it, you purchase more of these Astro Silvers, because this week specifically the Astro Silver purchase coincides with a limited time cumulative spending. So evidently I'm gonna consider going up to even to 10,000 diamonds. To 6,000 definitely, to 10,000 maybe. Actually 10,000 definitely I'll go for it. Why? Because in the game there are some new purchases. Once again, this is like the current state of the game. You want the Arcane Hour, evidently. So you have two purchases. When do you want to do it? On Sundays, because Sunday is the start of the week for the web store. For rewards it's Monday, for the web store it's Sunday. And what else do you want? Well, you need 4,500 diamonds worth of stuff for the Divine Hero tokens. At least. And you may even get the 2,000. When do you want to purchase it? Well, on a Sunday, when it counts for the limited time cumulative spending event. Because once you do that, you go to limited time cumulative spending, and now I'm above 10,000. So I'm getting the e-tokens, and I'm getting, what should I get here? Good question. 20 Dreamcatcher versus 10 Astro Silver. The value is like messed up, because you can say that the 10 Astro Silver is worth 500 diamonds, 700 diamonds, or 1,600 something, 1,760 diamonds. It can be worth up to 1,760. And the Dreamcatcher, essentially 20 Dreamcatcher is worth for you like 20 Dreamcatcher plus 400 diamonds. So this is a diamond generator. Do you get the Dreamcatcher or do you get the Astro Silver? Due to the new artifacts and the demand on Astro Silver, based on scarcity, I will still get Astro Silver. But sooner or later, Divination Voucher will be needed too. So these are all tough decisions. I'm still capitalizing on Astro Silver because this gives you the most power creep. And you need it for the new artifacts. If I had all my main artifacts at level 5, I would get diminishing returns, so I would transition to the other two. So it's not clear cut what I get even here. It's based on my goals, what I want to achieve. Okay, with all this said, it's really difficult now to see what is worth, what is not worth anymore. And for this reason, next week in the events, if we need to spend diamonds, I refuse to spend diamonds because there is no cumulative spending. Hopefully that's clear. That's also like a 50% discount or so on your spent diamonds through chests. And what is even worse, you're incentivized not to spend some stuff. So for example, here I have like a huge number of different artifact tokens plus red emblems plus some other things that I'm just not spending. The reason why I'm not spending on these is that I will need them in the Vidomina pot, even if it comes like 3-4 months later. So things are complicated and the game has sped up big time. If the game speeds up big time, it means that it devalues your past purchases. So good luck figuring out all this. If you have some advice on what you would do differently, let me know in the chat.